challenges in reopening?
The challenges are
mara ya kwanza ilikuwa 1953. Bado wakakaa.
After 1950.
My name is Amos Degwa. I'm a tritopology hunter, and I'll give you just a brief of Queen Elizabeth. The first tritop was built in 1932, where you can see the waterback running across. If you look across on the other side, you can see some stone lying on the ground. Those stones used to hurdle the branches that they supported the treetop lodge, because it was built on top of a tree. And that's where Queen Elizabeth climbed in 1952. And when she was watching animals at night, her father died in England the same night. So she climbed that lodge being a princess and came down the following morning, Queen Elizabeth II. And that's why Treetop Lodge became very famous, because she ascended to the throne when she was at the Treetop Lodge in 1952. We have other families, royal families, that had visited later here, like Prince Charles was here in 1971. Although he did not spend the night here at the Treetop Lodge, he spent the night at one of the campsites in Aberdeen National Park, and that campsite was renamed after Prince Charles, even today. Later on in 2002, we had Prince Charles, who we had invited Queen Elizabeth, but he was very busy, said that he had some issues in South Africa. I think he had visited South Africa by the time. So he sent Prince Edward at the year 2002. And when Prince Charles came here, he planted a fig tree where the first treetop was built, because the first tree, which was planted by Queen Elizabeth in 1983, was destroyed by an elephant, because we have got a lot of elephants here. The population of elephants near the lodge here is too high, because they normally come down here to lick salt. So the tree was planted again by Prince Edward in the year 2002, and unfortunately it was also destroyed by elephant, because the fence which was fencing that small paddock was not repaired for some time, so there was no electricity. In the year 1983, Queen Elizabeth made her second visit, but this time he did not walk on the other side. He just spent the night at Treetop Lodge, because he came late in the evening. And they had a photo with the former President Moi. And you can remember that's the time he had a stamp which was being sold at 20 shillings. I think that was the highest amount. And he did not come back again until her death. So we are mourning her death, because we remember Queen Elizabeth is the one who made our hotel to be known all over the world. And most guests who normally come here, they normally asking the Queen Elizabeth room. And that room is still there with her picture. And that's the only thing that will be left with, so that we can show other guests where the Queen spent the night as we remember her death.
Maybe do you have any plans to celebrate the death of
Yeah, we have written 2 candles at the reception where her picture lie today. And maybe later on, as we progress, we shall have some news maybe from our superiors of how and when to do it. And one was she authorized the management to cut the head of that person, and it was embalmed and it is salvaged in Aspen Hotel. If you go to Aspen Hotel, my grandfather was a carpenter. They were the one.
Amkutishi Emilio.
Acha nikuje.
Mato, msaidie kini nichukue nini? Nichukue bana.
Picha zote.
Taanza kusema sioni picha gani, sijui nini.
Kuna zenye nimekuitisha specifically. Hizo zenye nimekuitisha ndo nataka.